Hey guys, welcome to this week's episode of Ask Mark. Before we get into the questions, I wanted to give a quick shout out to the community. Thank you guys so much for your support for our Movember. So, NFS World, we had a team raising money for prostate cancer research, and thanks to you guys' help and your generous donations, we raised almost $5,000 for our team. And EA is going to match the donations that we got. So you guys helped us raise almost $10,000 for prostate cancer research. So thank you guys so much.
Thank you guys. Great job.
So baby face. All right, so getting right into it. Dan, he asks, will it be possible that before buying a car that you'll be able to test it out on a single-player track to see how it feels and see if it suits your style?
Love it. I think it's a great idea. We're looking to roll something in very quickly that allows you, opportunities to test it before you buy it. I think it's great.
Yeah.
Whether it's different rental time durations or simply having a car become available after it's a rental. We're looking at methods, but yes, for sure.
Cool. Next question from Hayes Windog, and he asks, or he or she asks, I was wondering if you guys were going to be able to confirm that there's a race editor coming for NFS World. So this is a great idea. We'd love to be able to have players create, user-created races and get those in the game.
I think the first step of that would be, let's take it even back because there's a lot of tech involved.
There's a lot of tech.
If you guys have a route or a racetrack in mind, it'd almost be a cool competition. That Drew could run. I think going forward that then the winner who has the best route we implement.
So we've actually said that we're going to run a contest like that. I have plans to run it, but every time I'm ready to run it, we come up with something really cool that we need to run first, or that we want to run first, more like the Oktoberfest and then Halloween, and then with December we've got a lot really cool event coming up.
December is a big month.
December is going to be a really big month, so we won't get to that in December. I want to run a creative track in January, so that's the earliest that we're going to be able to do it. Next question is from Johnny, and he asks, he was wondering if in the distant future the team would be able to introduce an off-road or rally game mode, something that where the tracks would be off-road or most off-road.
Yeah.
What do you think about that?
I think rally's cool. I think different types of terrains come first, but before rally, there's a community screaming for drag, they're screaming for drift. So what one comes first, right? Right now, that's not highest on our priority list. Getting you guys more cars, and there's some cool things in December that sections of the world might be, dressed up a little bit here or there, and we're gonna leave it at that. But let's see your guys' feedback after December.
Yeah, in terms of game modes, the priority. We got Team Evade coming, or Team Escape, excuse me. That's coming for sure. After that, the priority will be Drift or Drag, because that's probably the most requested feature right now for game modes, in terms of game modes.
We're evaluating that, and feedback on that, guys. Let's see what you guys feel.
We'll take it from there. Next question is from Nick, and they ask, what cars do you have planned to be Tier 4? It's an interesting question.
Interesting question. I think without leaking too much of our car release reload plan, if you're a Need for Speed player of quite a while, what I've done is what I want to look at is what made the cars in our past titles, what were cool about them, and basically I tried to extract some of the coolest versions we've had in our past Need for Speed. So some of the fastest versions will be here. So I'll leave it at that without going into specifics, but I've looked at our past titles, and
well, we don't want to ruin this prize.
Exactly. I basically taken the best of the best from our titles.
And again, guys, December is going to be a big month. So
stay tuned for some cool stuff.
All right, next question is from Robert. He or she asks, do the developers in NFS World have any plans for implementing a video recording service into the game that can be hotkeyed to record, similar to the key that's already there for taking screenshots or photos? This is a really good idea.
For video, again, immediately before we get into video, and if we do video, we still want to flush out more of a photo mode for you guys. We want
photo mode, meeting place, more of that stuff.
Exactly. We need to get more of that and polish more of that and take it to the 2.0 level rather than going to the video. So that would be our priority. Yeah,
and guys, just to note, there are free video recording programs out there. Just go to Google, type in alternatives to Fraps. So Fraps is a free download. You can check that out. If you don't like it, go to Google, alternative to Fraps. There are 9 really good programs out there that you can download and run, and it'll run fairly well. So check that out. Next question is from Jose, and Jose he emailed me
good questions.
a whole bunch of good questions. I got one of them now. I'm going to grab more of them, and after this question, I'll email you another one.
Okay.
He asks, will there be an option to do current races in reverse direction? That's a cool idea.
I think that's cool. I think it's a great. I mentioned that to the dev team about a month ago.
Yeah.
And if you any hardcores out there that played Need for Speed Undercover Challenge Series, the post-launch pack that we put out with boss car bundles and all that, we actually released that pack with a lot of reverse tracks, and the community loved it. So based on that success, we're re-looking at
that's
that.
because the reverse track goes right back to Underground 1,
Exactly.
and then Hot Pursuit 2,
Yep.
Porsche Unleashed. We used a lot of the reverse ones in that. It was a lot of fun.
This
so.
is another thing. If the community is screaming for it, it does take some work to flip it, and obviously there's dev work, but I think it's a great idea. I love it.
Okay. So Jose also sent me another question that he sent as a joke, and I'm going to ask it anyway because it made me laugh. Who does your hair?
I'll give a shout out to my girlfriend Petra. She's been cutting my hair for the last year and giving me some style tips. So shout out to her, big one. And good question.
Good job, Petra. All right, next question, last question. Hey, you know how to pronounce that?
Homeboy with a silent J
or something. I don't know. He's actually a World Garage member, so sorry if we can't pronounce it. It's tough. Are we going to see separate customization shops, visual, performance, and paint, and different safe houses in the world, like something that was in Underground 2? I think it was.
This is something where if we get Ed from the World team,
Ed and
Jude's feedback, they love that. They love that concept.
And we know that they want to do it. So
they want to do it. It's huge on their priority list. Again, where do we slot it in? But it's a great idea. We love it. Not a priority right now.
No.
Again, right now for you guys, cars, Team Escape, and then maybe deep into next year something will look like that.
Yeah. So we've also said that. You guys are looking at the designs for safe houses too. That's something that it's not completely off the radar. We're looking at it. It's just not a priority right now.
Yeah, and the safe houses, personally, the safe houses almost, for me, right away is, can we bring in more safe houses? Can Ed and Jude put their magic touches and do that first?
Yeah.
So that would be first. But until we release more safe houses, the custom shops will come after.
Cool. And so that's it for the questions. A while back, you guys gave us feedback, said you wanted to see more of the studio. Behind us is our caf, and this is where we eat at lunch if we're lucky to get away from our desks for that long. So that's it for this week, and we'll see you guys next week.
Thanks, guys.
See ya.